Good God. All right. The Rams have been doing their best to hide the money when it comes to Odell Beckham Jr. This one came out of the blue yesterday as we wait for OBJ to pick his destination, and he's in a great position to wait and find the right horse, the winning horse, like he did last year. He picked the Rams, and he won. Who's he going to pick this time? On Twitter yesterday, he pointed out that L.A. knows where I wanted to be, but they didn't offer me anything, so I don't know what people want me to do. I definitely know my worth, and what they offered wasn't reflective of that, so it's tough to say I can come back, even though I thought I finally found a home. Now, he speaks in past tense. That's the key. Past tense. And it sure looks like he's closed the door, Chris, on signing with the Rams. That was what was significant to me. I feel like he's moved on, and the question is, where is he going to go other than L.A., other than the Rams?
Yeah, that is the big question. I mean, it really is. And obviously the offer he got was, less than thrilling for sure. And I know Sean McVay made the comment, right, that wasn't their last offer. But
we're going to play it.
Okay, sorry. I didn't, me, I don't read all that stuff all the time. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're good at setting it up. But I'm interested. I am interested. And as we've talked about here a little bit, and I'm one that, I like Odell Beckham Jr. I root for him. I do. That I just would go, man, Odell, from a guy that likes you, don't go back to L.A. anyways. It ain't going to turn out all that good this year. You're not going to be the savior of that team. There's issues there. And again, I think the point that, we've made about Jimmy Garoppolo, right? And this is the same here. You got to go to the place that's best for you to set yourself up for 2023. Not necessarily just the best place for you right now at this moment because you're comfortable and all that. And I think that's where L.A. kind of fits the mold. But I don't know if it's the best thing for him to, further his career and then get that new big contract somewhere else and sign something a little bit long-term. That's where, as a guy that likes him, I'd go, don't go L.A. There's other options. Buffalo, Kansas City, Green Bay. But specifically, Buffalo and Kansas City. Buffalo and Kansas City, oh my gosh, with Odell Beckham Jr., watch out. Oh my gosh. That's what I want to say. I mean, that's where I feel at least.
Yeah, I feel like in Kansas City, there's a greater chance he gets lost in the shuffle, and I'm not sure Kansas City wants him because they're shifting away from big personality that expects the football.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know that it works there. I think Green Bay would make a ton of sense.
Sure.
I think he'd have the most impact there post Devontae Adams because he brings that presence back, assuming he's 100% and he can play like he was playing last year.
Yeah.
That's what's weird. And if you want to be the guy, you step right in there as the guy, and you do get extra attention from defenses. I don't know that he really wants that. It works a lot better when there's a Stephon Diggs and a Gabe Davis who are maybe attracting the attention, and
or
you
Travis,
have more favorable matchups.
Yeah.
Or Travis Kelce.
Yeah, exactly.
In Kansas City. But with all those other guys in Kansas City, I just feel like it's going to be harder for him to make a difference. But he could fill that Mecole Hardman role,
that's
Sky Moore, that, the guy that takes someone down the
what
field.
What Tyreek would do a little, right? Yeah, that's where I think there's some beauty there, and too, I think both of those places could handle, his personality. As we know, the personality stuff's been overblown. We've yet to find.
They love him.
There's not a locker room that doesn't love him. It's been Baker Mayfield and Eli Manning and the Mara family at all. It's been three people. Everybody else loves him.
And it wasn't even Eli. Eli doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess not.
Eli had Tiki Barber there for crying out loud.
Well, no, I know. I felt like when there was a little bit of a, Odell did that interview and said some things about,
when you say I don't want to be in New York anymore, it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, that's right. All right. But here's the other thing too, Mike. One, where's the, what I'm interested in and what I've kind of heard from some teams, all right, who are dabbling on the Odell thing, I don't think they're expecting him to be able to play till like December, right? So there's another aspect of this. It sounds like, what his camp is telling teams is, I'm probably going to be able to play the last 3-4 games of the year and then jump into the playoffs. So you got to figure that out too, as far as what's the right price for that. Is this just a 1-year help us out thing? Is there something in the future here? And I also know receivers, right? And I know receivers and guys like Odell Beckham Jr., where he's got to be looking at it no matter what and going like, I don't care that I tore my ACL twice. I deserve some of these guys I've never even heard of, and they're making $15 million a year. He's probably like, well, I want that kind of money. You've heard of me, and when I am healthy, I'm clearly better than some of these guys. So there's some interesting aspects of this whole signing him and everything that goes along with it, too, that I find very intriguing.
And there is a timing aspect as well.
Yeah.
When do you add him to your roster if he's not ready to play? And earlier this week, Jason Licht, the GM of the Buccaneers, said that they're playing the long game with Julio Jones. Now, they didn't sign him with that in mind, but they're at the point where they're being very careful with him so he's ready to go in December and January. And that mindset applies to OBJ, the team that really sees what they can get out of him down the stretch. At some point is going to pull the trigger on putting an offer on the table that he'll take and carrying him on the roster even if he's not ready to play.
Right.
We mentioned Sean McVay earlier. Here's what he said yesterday after being informed of Odell's position that the team had lowballed him to the point where he was using past tense about his relationship with the Rams.
I love Odell. We have constant dialogue. I think he also knows that certainly I don't think that's the last one that would come from us. I'm not familiar exactly what it is. He knows how we feel about him. We got a little bit of time, but love Odell. Nothing but good things coming from me.
Well, look, at some point you got to quit playing the we're just negotiating game and get the deal done. Put your best offer on the table, right? We're negotiating. Fine. Sometimes you negotiate your way right out of a relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
By holding back whatever it is. Just put your number on the table. We'll figure it out. It's a yes or a no. And this gamesmanship can destroy a relationship. And again, look, on Twitter, it's not always the most pristine and clear message that people are sending. I can relate to that as well as anyone with some of the tweets we put out there. But past tense, multiple occasions, that suggests to me that Odell Beckham Jr. has made up his mind. And if you are lowballing this guy, there's a chance you alienate him, and he's going to decide, I'm going to look elsewhere. Or he's going to decide, you know what? Your team's not very good this year, Sean. Good luck on your future endeavors. I'm not going to make the same bet on the Rams that I made last November.
I mean, that's what I would tell him. I just, again, I don't see it. I don't. You know me. I've been trying to say this. They get to the playoffs. It's like it's a 9-8. They're the 6 or 7 seed. That's the way it looks to me as of right now. And I might be being kind there. I mean, again, Matthew Stafford's getting killed on a play-by-play basis right now. Killed. They're another team, like we just talked about, like Washington a little bit. They can't run the ball and they can't pass to protect. And then, so that's where I don't know if that gets fixed, and I don't know if that necessarily bodes well, even if you are Odell Beckham Jr. You get there, you're going to be open, but Matthew Stafford's going to be on the ground already. So, and to your point with the offer thing too, the past tense certainly jumps out when you read that. I think he's telling you with that offer, that was, they used to be my friends until they find an offer that we can talk about the future with. But for now, he's going to protect his interest. And, he's getting to the point of his career where, hey, it's starting the downward slope here. He's got to do what's best for him. And even though he loves McVay and sounds like he loves everything about L.A., I don't know if it necessarily is the best thing for him for the future of his career. And that's where, I go back to Buffalo and Kansas City just because I go, those two quarterbacks, in my opinion, are on another level from the rest of the NFL. They're clearly the two best quarterbacks in football. I think there's a gap between everybody else and those two. And then that you're going to be in the hunt. And that it ain't going to be like Green Bay and we're going to run the ball and throw a 3-yard pass and run the ball and throw a 3-yard pass. Josh Allen and Mahomes are going to look to have games where Odell had 7 for 180 today. And that's got to be exciting for a or a wide receiver as well.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.